Now, hey everyone, this is the Effect DAO call for April 3rd, 2024. And let's just dive right in. So, Jesse, do you have any updates you want to talk about, such as for V2?
Yeah, I'll start with some updates mainly from the development side. Maybe Rochelle and C's Homes, you can give a few more updates when it comes to like the onboarding side for V2. So from the tech side, we've made it was a very active week actually. We had a lot of updates coming in, mainly by a new engineer. Or new, he's been around for a long time, but he's been very active and contributing a lot lately. Jeffrey, and he's made loads of improvements to the SDK, to the front end, to many parts of the V2. And yeah, it's great to have the support. Like some things that got changed was like a complete refactor of the SDK, which I mean, it's nice. Like there's many improvements. Like the application can now, like on a technical perspective, it's more efficient. It can be like tree shaken, and it's more modern when it comes to interrupts and stuff like that. So yeah, that side is going pretty smooth. There's also been lots of work done on the Forge front end when it comes to design and layout. We've built a registration system so people can actually register when they receive like an access code, which is a system that we're going to use for onboarding people onto the platform in the beginning. So we'll be handing out access codes to people that have already been active on the previous platform and to individuals that really want to test the new platform. And the reason why we're doing the access code thing is to avoid having a flood of bots and people onto the platform at the start. We've seen this happen many times, and I think one of the really important factors initially, especially of V2, will be that we have humans working on the force, so to filter out the bots. So in the beginning, this will be more of a manual system with access codes and like proof of your reputation and history on the platform to be able to work. So that's the main update. So there's been, if you look into GitHub, you can see all the work that's been done as well. We don't have a demo yet. Like every 2 weeks, I think we'll have one. But these improvements have mainly also been on an architectural level, and the UI is also progressing. But it's not at a point where it's like published yet as a demo online. The only way to see it right now is to actually go in and run it yourself, which is of course possible by going to the V2 branch, but we don't have any marketing materials or hosted versions yet. Other updates on the tech side is that the bridge to Solana has been further thought out. I think the proposal passed quite clearly. I guess we'll go over the results in a little bit. So mainly Jeffrey and Lawrence and myself, we've been doing some looking into the exact structure when it comes to liquidity pools, amounts, like what should be the initial setup and deployment there. So that's also been taking a few steps forward. We can go into a bit more details later, I guess. Yeah, that's it from my side for now on technical developments. I'm not sure, Rochelle, if you wanted to already mention something on the onboarding process. I know yesterday you were making some steps there.
Yes. In fact, let me connect my earbuds really quick. 1 second here. Okay, can you hear me a lot better now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. Yes, we've been working a lot on the onboarding process. Like Jesse mentioned, we want to safeguard against like bots and things. So um, there will be a form coming out, I think tonight, European time, or tomorrow morning, that people can pre-register for V2. And it'll be simple. Like if you know your worker ID and your EOS account already, put that in. And some other things. It'll be simple, very quick to fill out, and that will help us basically onboard everyone. So looking forward to it. And yeah, it's ready to go. So it'll be all over socials and all over the community channels and stuff. And that's kind of the kickoff. This is the kickoff to V2 becoming real for everyone. So I'm very excited. Does anyone have questions about it?
I think it sounds good. I guess we're waiting to see it at this point, right?
Yes. Yeah. I'm so excited now that we get to do this part, because this is my jam. So, yep, very, very excited and out of breath right now. Sorry.
All right, so then I guess let's drill down through all the proposals. So yeah, as Jesse mentioned, the Solana Bridge proposal passed, almost unanimous, I think, with one abstain. Uh, so did you want to talk more about it, Jesse?
Yeah, great to see it pass. Like I think there's indeed one abstain vote, and the rest is yes vote. So great to see like there's no not much doubt in the community about this move. So yeah, I don't like. Maybe it's better to go in more details a bit later when it's more written out. But the architecture that's described, like it's basically confirmed now that it's working. And the main the main things that have to be put in place are basically the liquidity pools and their rollout. Like from a technical perspective, it's definitely like we've confirmed that this will work. There's just some work to be done when it comes to marketing, and like the bridging process itself is a bit complicated, as there's I think 3 bridges necessary to go from A to C, like from EOS to Solana, for example. So we will need to write out.
Oh, you kind of cut out there.
Yeah, that's so there's some extra, auxiliary tasks with when it comes to the documentation and all of that, and the playbook for rolling this out. So we'll get in more details, like probably next DAO call when some stuff is on paper, and Lawrence is also here to talk a bit more about how this can be executed. So yeah, for now I think it's a great signal that it's have 26 yes votes. Um, I'm excited for it. I think most people are. So I'm happy to see this coming to fruition.
People have been asking, and I'm not sure if you can answer this or not, but how big do you think the pool will be for the native Solana EFX?
Yeah, it's a great question. I don't know, like I don't know how big it will be. Um, I do think it needs to be a fairly well-sized pool. I'm not. It's always a bit tricky, I think, setting the initial value. If you make it too small, it will become way too volatile. It's also hard to predict what will happen. I think sort of a guiding rule sometimes is like I think 10% of your daily volume or something. I'm not sure if that makes sense in case. So yeah, something to think about. Like it will definitely have to do with available budget across the pools that the foundation can deliver, which I don't know. And then also like what's the bare minimum we require. But Yeah, so the numbers I don't have any indication yet, but it will probably be something to do with the mathematics on the daily volume. Looking at some other tokens from a similar
Yeah, our volume is
like
pretty
size
volatile.
and figuring like
It can range from
yeah,
millions
right.
to
That's why
like
it's hard.
hundreds of thousands. Some people have suggested moving part of the Binance Smart Chain pool to kind of make a bigger Solana pool. I guess that's something else to consider.
Yeah, I think that's an option. I don't think like I would rather keep it. I think we should keep it. Like it would be more healthy to keep that pool there. I think it's a nice size. If it gets smaller, I would say it's maybe not so attractive. Like it will. I think it's a nice size now. So, but yeah, like
Well,
unless
if
there is a budget constraint, which I don't think is the case, but we'll have to confirm and then yeah. So we'll see. I'll try to get a better feeling for comparing some other pools as well. If there's any suggestions, I'll take a look in Discord if there's been made any suggestions on the size to take into account.
Alan had a question in here. He wants to know if there's any chance of finding a central exchange.
Yeah, that question keeps popping up, which is good because I think it would be a really convenient and great to have a central exchange on a centralized exchange for EFX again. There's definitely a chance. I think after our token performance has been going up, like the average number of traders and the volume and price and everything, it makes it more attractive for sexes. So I would say there would be more interested now in potentially listing it. So yeah, this is like before it was really hard, I think, for our token to do it. Now already since the recent traction, I guess there is more interest. So yeah, we will be exploring this more, hoping to find the good partners. Not sure if it like what would be better for you, if it would be before or after
I wonder
the
if
Solana.
this Solana native token will be easier to get on exchanges because they won't have to do any like special. As I've read, EOS is now called an exotic chain type stuff.
Yeah, it is unfortunately. So the Solana one might make it even more attractive. Like SPL is pretty popular for exchanges now to support. Yeah, yeah. It's a good question. The scenario's changed. I think with a Solana token, it will be even more easier for EFX to accomplish something like it. Also, there is of course like yeah, the issues now with KuCoin, by the way, are also crazy. So always keep an eye out on on these like yeah where where it would be a good place for us to list. Um, so yeah, no definite answers, but it's always good to think about like what would be a nice scenario for EFX to be more accessible and tradable.
So Alan asked, are you saying it will be easier to get the Solana version of EFX on a CEX?
I think so. That's what my feeling says. Like I know, like DJ said, that EOS is considered an exotic chain, and that makes it just harder for exchanges to list. Like they have to list it, right? And then they will only do it if they think it's gonna be a if it's technically easy for them and if they think it's going to perform well. So both of these, I think, will be better for Solana tokens at the moment.
All right, let's drill down through the pending proposals I got before you go. So I'm building up or I'm advocating building up a general reserve fund with USDT. And this is kind of will be similar to the hackathon proposal where I sell like 20,000 EFX every week. If it's more than 4 cents, and this will build up the USDT pool. Because I know, Rochelle, you have your worker onboarding committee proposal you passed a while ago, and you requested funding for that. So this fund will be like, could be used for stuff like that. Alternatively, it could be used for maybe beefing up liquidity pools and other sorts of things. So I think just having a reserve fund slowly being built up will be a good thing for increasing the DAO's options.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, it's almost like an operating fund for things, right?
Well, yeah. It's I call it general reserve because it's
Yeah,
a lot more leeway for what it will be, what it can be used for.
yeah. I think that's good. I think we need it personally.
Yeah, me too. I like it. It's a great initiative. It's been discussed a few times. I'm happy now. It's being done. Like we're getting these funds as a DAO. Even the hackathon funds are like really good, but a general reserve fund is even better, right? Because we can use it for also for hackathons, but also for different purposes. Like there can be DAO proposals on using those funds. Um, like paying out USDT instead of EFX for certain cases, which yeah, it's great. So I like the way that's going.
And then the last proposal I just put out is so like so the bridge we're gonna be using, P Network, they unfortunately got delisted from Binance, so they're kind of like in a state of chaos. Even though the bridge itself works fine functionally, right? So I was thinking like since they want to move a lot to a more decentralized liquidity setup, I talked with them and I thought a good collaboration could be both our DAOs, the Effect DAO and P Network DAO, kind of creating an EFX PNT pool, and that way this will increase liquidity for both sides on a Binance Smart Chain.
Yeah, I started to read about that yesterday. I feel bad for them. I know exactly how they feel, right?
Yeah, like it's
These
exactly how
stupid
we felt after
arbitrary
KuCoin
delistings.
just randomly did that. I also think it sets.
Yeah. Also, I was just reading. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I just wanted to make a general comment on the proposal. I was just reading it earlier and makes sense. I think it makes sense. I think from a like the foundation has this assigned tokens for liquidity, so it just makes sense that like instead of sitting there in the wallet, like sitting in a liquidity pool, puts them to better use. So that's definitely it's like a low cost thing and a potential high benefit as it provides way more liquidity. Also, we are using their bridge, and their bridge is going to be an even more important part as it's a required step to bridge to Solana, where we also want to launch the token. So it means that I think it will bring the projects closer together and make better liquidity available. So yeah, like I have to let it sink in a little bit to have it make absolute sense. But I think I'm in favor. Just it's a good idea.
Yeah, I also think it kind of sets up a precedent of more collaborations like this in the future. Like, for example, if there's other AI projects in the future that want to collaborate DAO to DAO, or I guess foundation to foundation, was this is something that could be used as a way to improve liquidity for both projects.
Yeah, right. And you can even do some cross promotion where you like do a farm where people get both like what is that token like PNT and EFX as the farm rewards or something, and then like you can sort of yeah cross promote it. Anyway, there's probably going to be some cool initiatives around these types of collabs.
All right, anything else in the last few minutes? Here's a question by Alan.
No, not on this. Oh, go ahead.
As V2 is close to going live, will we
Alan says,
have enough work coming forward?
Work as in tasks, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
pretty sure that's what he means. Yeah. Yep. He says yes. We're planning on adjusting, when people onboard and keep it to where we can have lots of tasks for people to do. So it'll be kind of like a balancing act at first, but that's our goal is anyone in it actually has stuff to do. So we have a lot of work lined up on there. Once we onboard and get people going.
Yeah, we should be able to sustain at least 1,000 or so workers with tasks within the next like weeks of rolling out or months of rolling out. So like there's going to be like some formula, but yeah, anyone that's getting on board, we're the access to the platform will be sort of restricted. So there's going to be enough tasks for the people that are allowed on. So both sides can grow slowly. In the past, we always had it like open, which kind of caused an issue because then there would be not enough tasks and they would disappear in a second. But definitely during launch, we're going to make sure there's for people to do. So if you're on, then there's always some work you can do.
Yeah, that's part of why we're having that onboarding process, where you're on a early access list to V2. People, fill that out and then we can go through and recruit, add more and more in big waves, as we get it rolling. So, yep, it's like starting up the machine. Can't wait.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it all.
And no more out of CPU or this and that. No more relayer errors. Nothing. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, all that's optimized.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That won't be an issue anymore. So it's gonna, yeah, that's a thing from the past. It was one of the biggest reasons to go around all this. But yeah, it's gonna run smoothly and there won't be these weird relayer errors. Also, no more race conditions or like errors when entering tasks and all that stuff. That's all gonna be gone.
All right, any I guess closing statements before you go, Jesse?
No, nothing special. I think we shared a nice update for now. If there's no questions, then thanks to you all. Good DAO call and looking forward to the next one. Also, thanks for the proposals that were posted. I think there's some really good ones. So it's an exciting cycle.
All right then. I guess till next time then.
Till next time. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.